Twombonu, Lucas again. So thanks for taking the time out to respond to my response. That was nice. Wanted to bring up a couple of points, which actually could be like a 30-minute thing, but I'm not going to go there. Point number one, you said that your wife is an atheist. She's obviously free to identify however she wants, but I'm not so sure that she is an atheist because my understanding of an atheist is someone who rejects all God beliefs, doesn't require organized religions. But your wife would have to, you know, reject the supernatural creator type deity, I think, to be a god. But or to be a god. Wow, that would be something, right? If you could introduce me to your wife as a god, then I would believe because I'd have the evidence in front of me. But anywho, I digress. What I really wanted to talk to you about was your sort of rant. You named, I say rant. You named Sam Harris in particular, and Sam Harris is a big boy. He could defend himself, but I don't think he would against such a vapid complaint as yours. Because he's having to defend himself a lot. Sam Harris has been sound bited, like little sound ankle bites, right? These little sound ankle biters are cutting sentences out of his very long, eloquently put together statements, and it does make him look like a racist or a bigot, not a racist, a bigot. Because when you say that somebody's religion in particular is a boatload of bad ideas, yeah, that doesn't sound good. I grant you that. But that's how I know you've never actually listened to Sam Harris. That's how I know you're not listening to what the man himself has to say. Because if you did, I think you'd agree with him. What Sam Harris is talking about is the boatload of bad ideas that is contained within Islam and Christianity. You've only heard about his rants against Islam because that happens to be the hot button, topic these days. Everybody's an Islamophobe if they speak poorly about Islam. This isn't about the people. And he says this over and over and over again. It's not about the people who believe, it's about the bad ideas in which they hold. That's why we're here. Atheists don't. Atheism is the lack of a claim, of a belief, the lack of a dogma. If there wasn't something to rail against, like religion, you wouldn't hear from us. We just wouldn't have anything to say. But Sam Harris and by the way, thank you for turning me on to Bionic Dance. I can't believe it. I've been watching atheist videos on YouTube for a long time, and I'd never seen her channel. And she's great. So thanks for bringing up that name. She seems pretty rational. I know she kind of raked you over the coals, which would be upsetting. So I get that. But yeah, she's great. But anyway, the reason that we are here is because religions hold just a ton of terrible ideas. They're wretched. It's just like I was saying in my first response to you with respect to Mother Teresa. It is because of religion that Mother Teresa did what she did. She wrapped it up with a bow. She got lots of money from governments and, shook hands with presidents and dictators and popes, just the same. And she put it all under the nice little wrapper of Christianity. But in fact, what she did in reality, in her clinics anyway, was promote suffering. She promoted suffering. Who does that? That's not a good idea. That's a bad idea. That's like all the bad ideas contained within Islam. Not the good ideas, the bad ideas. All the bad ideas contained within Christianity. Not the good ideas, the bad ideas. I guess I need to remind you that on September 11th, 2001, 19 people with these untouchable, beautiful ideas boarded airplanes and crashed them all, 3 into buildings and 1 into a hole in the ground in Pennsylvania, killing 3,000 men, women, children, Christians, Muslims. And that in Iraq and Syria, there is this crazy group running around spreading the love and peace and the good ideas of Islam, mainly affecting Muslims. These people with their beautiful ideas, sir, want to kill you specifically. You are a pagan. You are the worst kind. You're a step up from atheists. So I die first, then you. Neither one of us get to pay the tax. We don't get to pay a jizya. We're not close. We're not near the truth. We're too far away from it. Me especially, because I don't have any supernatural beliefs. But you're next. You're in the cage with me, being lowered into the pool. You're on the stake next to me, being burned to death. These good ideas, these sweethearts that you want to defend, they want to kill us. Now, hashtag not all Muslims, right? Because they're most believers of both Christianity and Islam in, say, the United States have rejected the bad ideas. In Christianity, the entirety of Christianity has had its reformation. They've given up their bad ideas. But Islam hasn't yet. So let's get back to Sam Harris, the bigot and the racist and the horrible person that he is, who just, not just, but published a book with Majid Nawaz. Majid Nawaz. I can't remember. He just published a book with him, a practicing Muslim who is working from within inside Islam to get the message out that, Islam needs a reformation. Someone like Ayaan Hirsi Ali, who is a former Muslim, because there are such sweet tenets and doctrines within Islam, she has to go around having, full-time bodyguards because she has death threats. Why? Because she left Islam. Apostasy, the leaving of Islam, the leaving of Christianity, in Islam is a capital offense. You're not allowed to leave. Now think about the internal pressures and struggles this could create within a family or within a community where these ideals are so important. Sir, I don't think you're being rational about this religion thing. Who cares that people don't agree with you, right? I get that you might want to hold your special belief, close to you and say that anyone who doesn't agree with you is a terrible person. But I'm trying to put a face on that. I don't agree with you. I think your ideas are just as bad because they are baseless. If you put half the attention and effort into being a human being that you do into your being a comedic whatever you are, you would be a better human being, wouldn't you? Believing with or believing without evidence that there is some supernatural being out there who's going to make you better, make it all better, make everything better, whatever, is not, it's not good. There's nothing inherently good in that. Christopher Hitchens, used to offer this challenge. He would say, well, I'm going to butcher it because I'm not Christopher Hitchens, but he would say something to the effect of, show me one thing a secular person, can't do that a religion can. And basically outside of baptism, there's nothing. There's nothing you can put under the religion or the umbrella of religion that that a secular person can't do. We can make homeless people lunches. I have friends who build ramps for people. We used to distribute food and blankets and clothing and stuff until that endeavor got too big and we had to shut it down. But long story short, atheism, forget atheism. It doesn't matter what we believe, right? You can be a humanist, you can be a secular person and still be sweet. You can still do nice things for people. You don't need these old, you don't need this old baggage, these old bad ideas. So anyway, I guess that's about it. Based on your YouTube comments lately, I probably am not going to address you in particular anymore. But I just thought I'd put it out there, that this is why I do what I do. It's why Bionic Dance does what she does. It's why all these other small fry YouTube atheists do what they do, because it's important. As soon as you can provide us some evidence that there is a supernatural deity out there who will take care of our souls and that we have souls, and that we need a scapegoat, provide that evidence and we will probably believe it. Until then, just be nice, do your thing, go write another book, try again, I don't know, whatever, do your thing. But geez, there's a mission to be accomplished out here, and that is to put an end to these bad ideas. And I for one am gonna do that, and I'm going to support those who do. So anyway, take care, my friend. Bonne nuit.